Why should I consider a 401k rollover to an IRA?
So there's a few good reasons, but I think the biggest reason is when you're in a 401k, you're kind of locked to whatever your plan gives you as investment options. When you roll over to an IRA, you have basically it opens the book. You have so many ETFs that you can reach out to and pick. And there's a lot of other kind of like smaller things like you can do with you can't do a Roth or conversions with 401ks. They have to be IRAs first. And also, when you leave a company, sometimes getting back to HR to deal with your 401k and all that kind of stuff, all that bureaucracy is kind of a pain. And when you roll over to an investment company or to Vanguard or any company, they have a lot better client service than your HR because HR does so much more than just 401ks.
Yeah, it's an area of interest right now in the regulatory arena. The SEC and FINRA are both working on different concepts on how to make sure that people, advisors like us, do a good job advising people on rolling over 401k. And unfortunately, an advisor has a vested interest in having you roll that over into an IRA because of the fact that, we don't make money oftentimes when it's sitting in the 401k. We make money when it's sitting in the IRA. And so, there is some aspect to that you have to think about, which is just, what is the cost to stay in my 401k? Sometimes that's hard to tell. And that is where you're going to have to contact your HR department to really figure that out. And then what is the cost for wherever I'm going to move in total? All right. And so you've got all these benefits to move, in my opinion, like Eason said, right? You have way more flexibility. You can buy anything. And also, you have this ability to roll it into a Roth IRA, which I think is something that you must look at. But you might not be able to do it, but it's something that is a big, big component of what you would look at here. But you do have to consider all of the costs, make sure that it's going to work for you as far as that goes. But I have an awful lot of clients that basically they just don't want to deal with the old company. I mean, they've left that company, either they retired from it or they left it and went to a different company. Having their money sit in this 401k at a company they're no longer at is just, they just rather continue to roll them out as they move from job to job into their IRA. So there's actually a lot of different arguments on every side. The biggest problem that we're having in our business is that there's just a lot of people that do things wrong. It's like any other business. And so the regulatory agencies are coming around trying to make sure that you're not, getting hit with this, equity indexed annuity with a 20-year penalty that you just rolled your 401k out that had no penalty. All of these crazy things that we keep seeing happening. And that's why these regulations are coming out. But I applaud them. I think, there just needs to be a thought process for why this happens. And I think it's an interesting, it's a good question.